So in this video I will show you how can we make a control circuit for a vending machine which has the following specifications. So first of all, our vending machine accepts nickels and dimes, and also when it has received 15 cents it will deliver a package of candy. If the money is more than 15 cents then it will return the change. So basically dime stands for 10 cents and nickel stand for 5 cents. So for this, first we have to, where is it? So here you can see, first of all we have the coin sensor which will sense if the input is a nickel or dime. After that we have the combinational circuit, and after that we will get the output, which is basically in the form of Y, which is the mechanism of releasing candy, and Z, which is the change. So for this we have made this state diagram, which is basically a milli machine. You can see N and D are the inputs and Y and Z are the outputs. So they are basically three states, and using this state diagram we made the state table where each of the state has been assigned these binary values. State S3 is not possible, which is basically when both of them, nickel and dime, are the inputs. It cannot be possible. So here we made the truth table for it, using the present state and the next states. So these are the inputs, these are the outputs. When all are 0, then the next state and outputs are 0. And when we get nickel 1, there will be no releasing of candy because we have only entered 5 cents. When dime is entered, again no candy will be released. And when both are entered, which is not possible because both of the coins cannot be entered at once. So if he entered a nickel, it has gone to the next state, dB plus is 1. So at this state, when we are at this state, we have 5 cents at the input. So if we get a dime which will be equal to 10 cents, and then we will add the previous 5 cents to it, we will get 15 cents. So we will release the candy. So here you can see, if we again put one nickel inside the coin sensor, we will have 10 cents. Again we will not release the candy, but we will move on to the next state, which state is 10, where we will have 10 cents. So here if we input a dime, then we will release the candy, you can see, but there will be no change because we have received 15 cents and we will release the candy which is of 15 cents. So when we have moved to this state, after this state we have 10 cents. So if the input is a nickel, we get 15 cents, we will simply release the candy. But if the input is a dime, we get 20 cents. So we have to also release the candy and also give the change. So both of these are Y and Z are 1. So using this state table, we have used K maps to make the functions for each of the next states and the outputs. And here is the circuit diagram where we have used two latches and other simple AND, OR and NOT gates. So I have implemented this on Proteus. Here you can see. Now for the first input, where we have all of them equal to 0, the output Y and Z both will be equal to 0. So here you can see, when A and B are 0, next states are also 0, D and R are also 0, and Y, Z are also 0. So we will just verify a random value from this state table. Here you can see, when we input, when both of the states, present states A, B are 0, but the input nickel is 1, we will move on to the next state, which is 0, 1, where we will get dB equal to 1. So we have just to make N 0 and 1. So when we make N 1, we have moved dB to the next state. So our next state is 0, 1. So this means we have 5 cents in the machine. This is our next state. So if we input any other value, for example, if we input a dime, then we will simply move on to the third state where we will have 10 cents. So now if the input is a dime, we have moved on to the next state, which is equal to 1 0, which means we have 10 cents in the machine. So now moving on to the next step. Now here you can see in the state table, if we have only A is 1 and N is 1, we will release the candy, because at this state we already had 10 cents in the machine. We just input one nickel coin, which is equal to 5 cents, so we get combined 15 cents and we release the candy. And here you can see we have combined 15 cents and we have released the candy, which is Y, and there is no change. So this is how we can implement it on Proteus. So this is how our vending machine works. That's all.